And we are live. Cool. Just bring it here. Awesome. So we are live. Hi everyone. So hi everyone. We are back with Work Hours with Faris, and you are watching episode 6. So yeah, thanks for joining in. And if you have joined, please drop a hi in the chat box. And if you have any questions for us, please let us know in the chat. I'll be watching the chat constantly. So yeah, over to you, Faris. What's the plan today?
Back after a while. So I've been trying to uh, reach closer to launch. So I don't know if this was there in the last stream, but we have now new layout for the project page, and this breadcrumb is now all over the app, which is pretty consistent.
Yeah, looks cool. So there has been like substantial progress, I guess. In the last stream the last stream we did, we implemented like basic tasks layout.
Hmm. Yeah, this is how it looks in our discussion.
Awesome.
I think the navigation problem is solved more or less.
Cool. I see like emoji is
Now,
removed from projects as well. Like it's only in the teams now.
yes,
Clean.
the idea was projects you will create and then close. So for emojis, I mean, if you want them to be associated with an identity, then it makes sense to have less of them. So it's now only on Teams, and now tasks are. I mean, I think one of the streams we did task, and now task is much better. I think we have this description and then the add comment. I think I was playing around with this. Let me change it back. That's it. So I want to remove this. Yeah. Okay, something else is full, not required. Yes, now it is. Yeah, this is tasks. We also have priority, and you can also set the project.
Okay.
The idea is so we also have my tasks, and some tasks. For some tasks, you can skip the project selection. It will show up as my task. It will still be there, but not associated with any project. If you, let's say, add it to some project, the URL will change, but it's
Okay.
essentially the same.
So what about like
So that
assignee will
is
be required then, right? In that
nothing
case.
is required.
Okay, so
So
you
in
create a
my task,
task.
if you create a task, by default it is you are selected as an assignee, and then status is also set as to do and not
Okay.
backlog. Maybe there should be a setting, but this is how it is now. I think the only thing required is title.
Awesome.
So today we have to work on the adding and removing member functionality.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, it is hidden here. It is not very clear. So what I will do is, so it says add member by name or email. So, and you can only add by name, not email.
Mm-hmm.
So adding by email should be here. So I think the way I'm thinking about this is to add new users, invite new users to Gameplan, your Gameplan
Mm-hmm.
instance. You would send the invitation from here because
Okay.
people's screen is where you see all the
Mm-hmm.
people here. So let me see if there is a flow here. It's not here. Anyway, we can add the add button. I think they have put it here.
Yeah, I saw it somewhere. So invite. There
So it's
was.
in, yeah, it's here. Hmm, maybe all of this should be on the people page because that's a dedicated page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
here
so
it
I
makes
think
sense.
we already have that multiple email addresses. So we already have this flow. Should we add it here or not? Or should we just open the screen? That will
Hmm.
be okay. So I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I will open settings dialog. I will add another tab. Alright.
Mm.
So this won't do this dance. Right now it's just switching the
Yeah.
component in the same. So both can
Mm-hmm.
be separate.
Yeah, makes
Let
sense.
me create that page. Yeah. So invites will be here. And what is invite people?
I think that's the one. This
That's
one,
the
yeah.
one. Okay. We'll remove this. In members, there is invite people VF, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I will remove this and move this. And this should be invite people, which will come from here. Is that it? Yep.
Cool. So what is this
This
macro?
is the, so if I remove this,
Mm.
so we will complain that we received a component which was made a
Ah,
reactive
okay.
object.
Mm-hmm.
So in the error warning itself, it suggests that you can use macro,
Hmm.
which
Cool.
makes sense
Hey, Nikhil.
because by
Ni-
default, everything. Okay,
Nikhil is in the chat. Nikhil Kothari.
Nikhil
Yes.
Kotari.
Yep. They're also
Hi,
reaching
Nikhil.
like closer to the Raven launch. So he
Yeah,
shared the,
Raven looks really nice.
yep, dark mode. I think first, what do you call Frappe product or like Frappe based product to have a dark mode, I guess. Apart from framework, of course. Yeah. Yeah, looks sleek.
Yeah. So yeah, that's macro.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this? Okay.
Cool.
So I think we don't have to do much. Just have to trigger this dialog from here.
Yeah, and that tab should be open, I guess. Yeah,
Mm,
the invite tab.
correct. So how can we do that? Let me first add the button on the people page. And members are using the same button and use this.
This won't be that straightforward. Invite members equal to true.
Yeah, we can try something. What will be a good? So settings can expose an API. Let me try to do that. So uh, I've tried this pattern. I think I've done it in command palette. So command palette has to be
Global.
triggered from,
Hmm.
can be triggered from anywhere, yes. So I have exported functions from the view file,
Hmm.
and this works well. Just that you have to share the ref in the functions. Then you
Mm-hmm.
can directly import these functions, and so we can do the same here. Let show will be not just, maybe we can accept a string. No, would be false.
Yeah, this will do the trick.
Like this. So show dot value. Okay, what is it doing? Okay, so it already suggests me what I should do. So which is correct, I think. So
Hi, Jonathan. Welcome.
active tab will. So we will set this active tab dot value to what? Okay, got it. This is how we can do it.
Okay, so by
Active
label.
tab is like
Okay.
the active tab.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I don't think we need hide. Dialog can be hidden. Okay, there's no X button. We should add that, but anyway, it can be hidden by clicking outside. This is how we can do it. Now, people, okay, we have to make these work also. So it is actually using show, which is what computed. Mm, okay, so this should use show.weather and should set show.weather. Or maybe this is not required, we can just return it here. We don't even need active tab. There's a tab. What is this a tab? Okay, props, which is okay, the default tab basically. Where is it being used? User dropdown. What? I don't see an example where the default tab is being set.
Maybe you modeled it for the future.
Or I used it in some feature and then later removed it.
Maybe.
So on mounted, we won't do anything. Okay, so if default tab is not provided, we'll open the first. And then this is not needed. And okay. We'll have to change where this is rendered also. So it has to be on app level, I think. Where is command palette? I think it is in desktop. Yep. So by default, it won't show. And in user dropdown, we don't need this.
Nikhil, are you talking about Gameplan? Yeah, V14. I guess like there are some APIs being used that are only available in Nightly, right, Faris?
Yes, I'm using bleeding edge. I'm adding APIs in FrappeUI framework so that the APIs are nice and clean in Gameplan. So that is why. Uh, show settings turn on
Yeah, but at some
from
point you have to like maybe V15 will be that stable version release you can use.
yeah. This should work.
So Nikhil asks, like, curious to know if there are certain features in V15 that you are using in Gameplan.
Uh,
I think that child
what am
table
I using?
query.
Uh, query builder mostly. So in Query Builder, recently added, where is that? Yeah, child table query.
Yeah,
So
I can share
let
the
me show an
PR.
example. Where is it used? Reactions, okay. So here, where is, so it's in comments area. Yes, it's here, I think. Yeah. So if you see here, this is a declaration to fetch comments, and I'm fetching the standard fields, but I also want to fetch the child table rows attached to each row. So this is now a supported syntax in Query Builder.
So with each row there will
So
be
if you
like
pass the
child table of
child
rows
table,
inside. Yeah.
correct. It's like how it's like GetDoc, but you get to choose which child tables and which fields of those child tables,
This is get list, right?
and they are odd. This is a get list.
Like in the
So this
behind. Okay.
means on the back it is. Let me show that. I'm using. Actually, I'm not doing anything. FrappeUI.get QB.get query supports with fields like these.
Mm-hmm.
So the actual data that is returned, where is it?
So Nikhil asks whether these are like standard Frappe REST APIs.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, get list, I don't think it uses, but we are on the path to do that. No, not this one. Where is comments? Ref is not defined. Okay, something is breaking. So here, GP comment fields reactions are parsed like this, and the data that comes out is like this. So that is very convenient
Mm-hmm.
in data fetching.
Yeah, I think, and the REST API basically calls the get list or
So
the same query. Mm-hmm.
my goal is also to clean up the REST API. Ultimately, I want to use slash API slash resource and the doc type that uh, currently I don't know if anyone uses. I don't prefer that. I think there are some inconsistencies between in the whitelist methods in client.py and API resource endpoints.
Yeah, so it should be one. So Frappe
But
JS
ultimately, I
SDK,
want
which
to
yeah.
move to
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I want to move to API resource endpoints
Mm-hmm.
slowly.
So yeah, Frappe JS SDK is using slash API slash resource everywhere, and I am like 90% sure in the last stream when I was working with it, and I passed a list, so it wasn't passing it properly. I don't know whether it was React
Mm.
Native or something, but
There are some
mhm. There are some like
there
minor.
are some weird cases. Yeah.
Hmm. Cool.
Also, there will be some extra things because let me show what I mean. Project.view is project layout. Yeah, so this is getDoc basically,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but you have
Yeah.
to specify this.
Mm.
And what I'm also planning to do is these endpoints will return enough metadata so that these are understood, and possibly, I don't know how that will work. Possibly also TypeScript, automatic TypeScript. I think Nikhil made something on doctype save it generates
Mm-hmm. And they are also working on a
TypeScript.
project that I think called Commit. They are working on a product and they like he wants to unveil it at the conference. So it will be developer tooling basically for Frappe.
Right.
Cool. So yeah, did it work? The settings dialog thing.
Settings should be show settings dialog. That's it. Active tab was accessed. Active tab also needs to be shared. Yeah, working.
Cool.
Now it can also open any default tab also, which we can use. Okay, this is not required now. So settings dialog does not take anything. Order value is also not required.
Ah, lot cleaner.
Yeah.
Cool. I think this
What
stuff kind of
else?
stuff came with Vue 3. In Vue 2, this wasn't. They didn't work because ref and this kind of stuff didn't exist.
But you had reactive. I used to use reactive.
Mm-hmm.
Even Vue 2 is cool, but Vue 3 is better in terms of API.
Yeah, APIs are like.
But even in Vue 2, you were able to do things like this. Just that the reactivity was not uh, automatically deep, so you
Hmm.
had to,
Yeah, some hacks. Object dot
yeah,
from entries. I guess like this sorts of API.
show settings dialog now can be used from the button here, which I will return from here.
So Nikhil asked, we want to use Gameplan on our prod environment. Is there any way to switch to the develop branch on Frappe Cloud? I can ask this question later as well. LOL.
I think, what do you mean by switch? I think you can create sites on nightly develop branch.
So do you have a prod bench,
Uh,
Nikhil? Or
Branch switching is not very elegant on Fabric Cloud, but it's there.
yeah, and I wrote that it was the first task I had when I joined Frappe Cloud team.
Oh yeah, Hussein, you did that feature, right?
Yeah. So it was just okay. It works. It creates a new app source and whatnot.
But it needs to show all the branches.
So yeah,
That is
there is
the
some
current
permission.
problem.
I don't know what permission is. So we already have data on a site. So is the site like on a public bench or a private bench? Public bench, right? So yeah, you can raise a ticket to migrate it to nightly branch. I think the UI is not there yet, but the feature is there in the backend. It will take like some time, but
So we are done.
yeah. So
Uh,
or maybe take a backup and restore in new site. That might break stuff though. So if it breaks patches somehow, like there is a checkbox when you restore, skip failing patches. You can check that, and like the failing patches will be like, skipped, and most probably it will work. If it is v14 to nightly, it will most probably work. But yeah,
yeah, you'll have to do all that.
yeah,
Uh,
cool.
yeah.
Does it work? Does it open the correct tab?
Of course.
Yeah, awesome. Cool.
Uh, this can now be removed, I think. Invite from members.
That's a question for Faris. So Nikhil asked, by the way, I know FrappeUI uses Tailwind. Any chance of adding night mode, like dark mode in it?
Yes, yes, yes. We were actually busy with upgrading the design system. So, I mean, that itself was a huge task. But yeah, dark mode is coming.
Awesome. Cool. What's next?
Okay, this was easier than I expected. This is taking too much space, I think. What can be done about it? This is also fine, I think. Could add tooltip. Failed to resolve. I think these components should be global.
Yeah, even input can be global.
Input is global. I've
Okay, so
added some global components.
yeah. So I think like you imported it here. So
Okay, this is a problem. Why is it?
mm,
min with 165, which is this. Why is it following the parent? Shouldn't be the case for a tooltip. Target width. Anyway, I will deal with this later. I have to remove this right now.
Maybe something broke like after a new API.
Okay, the next big task is I have written this down.
Cool. Okay.
I think we did this. Adding,
Removing is,
removing. Okay, removing is not here.
yeah. Removing
How to
members
do that?
from teams, projects, or like the global game plan itself.
Actually, not removing, disabling, I think. Removing is actually a big task because then we'll have to
Links, yeah.
replace all the data in the database because you can't delete that record. You'll have to obfuscate it if you do it the right way. So I will leave it at that. Uh, invite can be called. Yeah, invite is fine, I think.
Cool.
Permissions. So
Permissions.
when we did this, so one more thing that I have to add here is people search, which is not here. Which comes from local search list. I need to do this for people. And I have the data in here, active users. User of. List will be type people. Wait. Type people, group people. Doc type is GP user profile. This will be full name. Team is not required. Modified. Not sure. Route will be person profile and then person ID, which is user dot name. Correct. This is not required. Is that enough? Now here I need to add people. Item should be fine. Let's see how good this framework is. Okay, it works. So just need to add the avatar here,
Yeah,
which
that would
should
look
also
nice.
be so item.view is the component that renders these things. So there is an icon, it will render it as a component.
So maybe we can pass the avatar
Okay,
component.
correct.
So Nikhil asked, I know Gameplan is for async
So
communication, but do you think it can replace Notion for us?
I don't know if you have seen the recent feature. Where is it?
The pages.
Pages. So you can create pages now. This you can now create for projects, which was something that I think was missing because you can't document stuff in discussions. So I think pages make sense. So maybe it
So what
can
are the core
replace
things
Notion.
you use? No, I was asking Nikhil what are like the core Notion things that he thinks like are core to their workflow and might be you might be able to integrate in game plan.
Yeah, we are uh, targeting a public beta launch with the sole purpose of getting public feedback. Right now, we are the only users, and if there are Gameplan users, we don't know about them. So yeah, we will set up a website with sign up free, maybe free trial sign up, and get users and get feedback.
Yeah, then it will definitely work. So I guess maybe you can start like I think you are setting up game plan today I guess because you are setting up a new site on nightly. Hopefully nothing breaks. Yeah, even if it breaks, like feel free to raise a ticket and I guess if you have checked that checkbox, like you can try the restore again with that checkbox and most probably it will work. And because I don't think you might have done like a lot of customizations on your site. So customizations are like the biggest issue while upgrading, as far as I know. Yeah, then once you have the GP, you can start using it. Like, uh, you can reach out to me or Faris, and then if there is something, yeah, just installed it now.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Jump to is navigation. Okay, I want to add an icon. For that, I need, okay. So here I can do user
So for your global search feature, are you using the
avatar.
standard Frappe global search or something else? So it's Redis search, and Faris has written a layer of API on top of it. to make it easier for like indexing and unindexing documents. Yeah.
Yeah, let me show that also. Search is something I haven't figured out. I'm trying. So this is a wrapper over Ready Search, and Ready Search has these the Python uh, API of Redis has these uh, Ready Search APIs: add document, delete document, indexing, searching, and I'm just using that. But the trick is in how you create, how you form the query. So, for example, this is Gameplan search, and okay, here I think the query is very simple, but in command palette, I'm doing some very basic query processing, which is if it is only one word, I attach star to the end of the word, and I only search it in titles because that's how command palette works. So if I do, okay, things are breaking because I'm in the middle of writing something. But yeah, I mean, here I am. Yes, that was the goal of this. That was my task item. Restrictions in command palette, restrictions in text search. That is what I was going to do in the stream.
Yeah, let's do people search and then maybe we can have like jump into permissions since
So
we have
Redis
like
search has
3
a
minutes.
lot of features. So good search is a combination of how you use those features, tweak those parameters, and get good results. That is basically it.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
Nikhil, I guess
was
that's also being
hoping.
used in e-commerce in ERP next. Yeah, though it's opt-in. Yeah, I remember adding that. What do you call the feature flag in ERP next? So that was also my like one of the first projects when I joined in. And Marika was working on like refactoring the whole e-commerce module, and I said, okay, let me help with the search, and like I spent like 1 or 2 months on it. Uh, yeah, Vidya Nilesh. Hello. Yeah, we are all good. How are you? Does the global list not contain the avatar or something?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah. No, no,
What
I
is the
am
question?
asking you. No, I was asking like, what were you looking in the API page?
I'm trying to see where is the. Okay, it is user.name. This is the thing I was trying to. Oh, okay. So we have to do something extra. So here we are getting user profiles.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to know the name, the record ID of the user profile, which is not here. Okay, it is here. This is what I was looking for. Okay, now I've got it.
Cool.
So now what I can do here is user profile, and here this should work. Let's see. Yes,
Awesome.
it
Is my
works.
record there? I guess if we imported it, it would be there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
I think this is too large.
Mm-hmm.
What is the design say? Should be 20. Then
5.
this one. Yep, that's it.
Better. Awesome.
So now even people are searchable. And now we can work on permission related stuff.
Awesome.
We can start with the private team. Restrictions in command palette.
Okay, since we are going to
Only members
permissions,
of the team see it in the sidebar.
I was wondering if, like, if you ever plan to make a game plan like discuss or something, so public forum kind of thing. So currently it's for internal communication and
I don't know. That is my answer right now. I can't. I don't think.
yeah, that's a valid answer. Fine.
Uh, so when I mean, you must know this. When Gameplan started, I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
was vastly different from what it is right now.
Hmm.
Actually, in the initial versions, I added tasks and there were also discussions. But then it was not going anywhere. Then I decided that I will stick with discussions. Then I spent a lot of time just making discussions very good. And then
Mm-hmm.
we at Frappe started using discussions. And then after that, I added the other stuff. And now we are back to tasks. So
Awesome.
I will add features that make sense for game plan. If it makes sense for some projects to be public, by public, it can be view only to the world,
Mm-hmm.
then I will add that.
Cool. Yep.
But right now, it is
Let,
not a forum replacement software.
yeah, it's like internal team communication planning, game
Yeah,
plan, right? Planning the game. So yeah, so
planning
after
the
we
game.
had the call today, the stand-up call, I was like wondering about social media posts. So what can be the taglines of planning the game plan?
I don't want cheesy taglines.
No, that and the one right now is awesome, like delightful open source async
Yeah.
communication tool. It's like even more delightful after the espresso design.
Hmm. I think delightfulness comes from very snappy. Uh, be, the whole UX should be very snappy. Action should be very fast. Should feel very fast, and then very transitions that are very quick
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't get in the way. And then there are features that, I mean, the feature itself is delightful. So very hard to define it, but you know when you see it.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
So yeah, this is what I was talking about. These are all the features that are available in Ready Search. And I want to somehow restrict the search records. What can be done? I could use tags, I think.
Hmm.
Advanced queries, negative queries.
If we could combine the positive and negative queries, that like one way to do it would be then to exclude the results.
But it has to be structured. So right now, let me show how it is. So if it is a discussion, these
Mm-hmm.
are the fields that are indexed, title,
Mm-hmm.
content, modified, and then there is a payload.
Mm-hmm.
So payload is not searchable. Payload is just something that tags along the search result. Uh, but in this case, I want to somehow restrict. So maybe team should be here and project should be here. And these will be tags, I think. That's how it could be done if I'm understanding this correct. So this is, I think, see for documentation.
Mm-hmm.
Tag separator, query tag fields like this, or foo bar. Okay, it can have spaces. So maybe something like this will restrict
Hmm.
or an explicit list. I don't know if I can pass that. How to do exact matching. Exact phrase is okay. We can also do like this.
Yeah, this will be like exact matching.
Or like category. I think tags. Let's try tags.
Cool.
So
So Nikhil says, and global search
how
in
to add?
Frappe also works slow when data volumes get high enough. The problem though is that Frappe and ERP there are so many ways to change user permissions. Like there are ways to change user permissions, but I think the problem is solved when there is like only one source of truth. And I haven't worked with permissions that much to know that. But as far as I know, role permission manager shows you like is it? I think it is always considers the other queries as well. Is it right, Faris?
I mean, what are you asking for?
No,
If
no. I'm asking like there is a single
get
source
list
of
is
truth for.
used, then
Hmm. No, no. To check permissions, basically,
single source.
single source of truth for permissions. Like if I get a role, how can I like for sure know these are the list of allowed doc types or fields or whatever?
That is even that is layered, no? I mean, it is configured all over the place. One in doc type, and then role permission manager, and then user permissions. And then there are also permission levels. So there are multiple configurations that ultimately filter out the
Yeah, no,
list
I
of
mean like
documents.
thinking about the DX. Basically, I'm a developer. I'm developing an app, and I want to know. Okay, this is the role. What are the permissions? Like, what are allowed documents are there? Just give me. So, is there an API which can give me that?
But no, so for a particular role, uh, okay, so there is only one case. So for a role, you can, I think, enable is owner. So only in that case, the records are limited. In every other case, the records are not limited, I think, if my understanding is correct, unless user permissions are in the picture. Only user permissions reduce the number of records, not not a role. A role is only for actions, as far as I can remember.
Cool. So I think is owner is there, and one more is like get permission query or something. Because like when I go into employee list in the current system, like our system, I only see my record. So there might be some because I'm not the owner of that document, right?
So okay, now a team and project without any weight with type. So payload is not required then.
But then wherever you are using this payload, you might have to change the.
Let me not, I'll not change this for now. Just see if tags work or not.
Cool. Hi Atul.
Even comments need to do that. So for this, what we can do here, we can get project db get. Is there a get cached value or not? No?
Why? Get value is
Cache.
there.
Okay, cache equal to true.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a feeling that the APIs are updated. So get values takes cache. What does it do? Value cache. That's it. Okay. So it's just in the same, that is
Yeah, it
fine.
stores.
Yeah, in the same request, it will cache. So doc.reference doc type reference name team and project. So these will be either discussion or task. I want to check what does it return for invalid values.
Null.
A is none. So then this will break. What about as dict?
Hmm.
But if it
That's good.
is got it. Data.
Yeah, now I get your point. Okay. I was thinking why you were doing that, but then I got okay. Unpacking will throw an exception.
Unpacking will break. Yes. So the other solution is, I think this. I don't know how to do.
An uncommon and yeah. That's like I don't know. That's
Okay.
I have seen this
This is
code
how
in
it will look.
code base. Yeah, I have seen it in ERP next and Frappe as well. Cool.
In most cases, 99% cases, this should be there. If this is not there, then there is some data issue. But
Cool.
let's see. So this should also be cached because we don't want to make so many requests. Okay, is that all? I think. So now we can just do execute build index. Field init got unexpected document type. Okay, which is this. It is not required here. AWS field type correct. Unhashable type list. What is the list? Field name.
Unhashable type. Okay. So where is it hashing? If cache
This the
can
tuple.
ah
So that means let me just verify this. Filters str and doctype filters. Okay. So if this is a dict and the key is A, B, and feed name, was like this. Okay, I got it. Has to be two pulse. But it is little annoying. I have to do two pulse. I'll do it for now.
I didn't get it. Like,
So the key for the value cache is
okay, so
it is
cache equal to true doesn't work in that case. Okay.
this is how it yeah, this is how it caches field name and then
Mm-hmm.
the value. So
So why
in
not
our case field
pass
name
it?
is what
No, why not pass a tuple?
uh, then was it what is it saving? It only saves it for a single field name, not multiple field names. I think that is the problem. So here it can be team, it can be project. Now all of this is not needed. This can be potentially improved, but I just want to see this work.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get it working and then because we are like getting close to 11, like 15 minutes. So
Oh, we are already doing it till 11.
yeah, should we do
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, we
more or
can.
less?
I can try something.
Cool. Like,
So now the command palette should restrict. So I will add artificial restriction first, which is let's say
so yeah.
I only want to.
Meanwhile, I can ask Nikhil whether Gameplan worked. Like, were you able to onboard and start creating some stuff?
So if I add it like this, team should be what? Let's say engineering. Does it only show me? No, this okay. It should only show discussions from this team. So if there is a discussion here, which is pending enterprise customer, pending awesome. Okay. Enterprise. I think it is not working. Okay, it is working. What is the generated query? Enterprise pending enterprise and team is engineering. So it should search in other engineering discussions. Let's say mini.conf. No, not this. Mini. No, it is not working. Why is it not working? The query was mini and then, okay, I think the syntax is wrong. Should be, I think, curly braces.
Yeah, for tags it was curly brace.
Yep. Great. This is that add this. No. Then team. Okay, then this should be team, and team should be hard coded. Are you happy now? So mini dev conf. Okay. Uh, should be double. Still not working because I have broken this thing. Why is this so hard? Will it work now? Yep, it works.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think tags does it. So the thing with tags is the whole word should is exact match, and I can add multiple teams here. So I can get a list of teams that this user has access to, and then just put that in the query.
Awesome.
Awesome. So this is in this way we can also filter by project, which solves our permission problem. What is how to add another team? If I want to add framework, is there a comma? No. Framework. It, the framework has grid search. Yep. Just to make sure it does not work with comma. Yeah. Yeah, that's the crux of how to filter inside index documents in Ready Search. Should work with projects too. If I do project, yeah, you know how it works. So yeah, we can end it at that, Hussein.
Yeah, we got something working, right? Like two things. So yeah, Nikhil, I uninstalled and reinstalled it on your site, and now it is showing. Like you can check it out by visiting /g.
Nikhil
By
is
the way, Faris,
asking
like,
additional configuration.
go ahead, go ahead. Like
Can I
answer
answer
that, and
that?
then
Okay.
yep.
So I think older version of Ready Search, I think which is V3, it needs a redisearch.so file. Uh, there is some configuration, and it is also supported on FrappeUI behind a feature flag. So if you want, we can. I think we should give that. We should allow that from the UI, but it is supported on FrappeUI. You don't have to do anything. But on local, what I'm doing is I'm using Docker. So there is a single command Docker, which is the Redis tag. It comes with the Redis search built in. So that's how I'm doing it in the local. And this is running on 13,000. And I have, I think, commented out. Hey, where is that? Okay, I've stopped Redis cache. And instead of that, I'm using the Docker Wala Redis.
Cool.
I hope that answers your question. Yeah, Hussein, you were saying?
Uh, now I forgot what was I saying.
Sorry.
No
Uh,
issues. Cool, cool. So Nikhil says he will try implementing it on commit. So the last commit deployed on Frappe Cloud of Gameplan is 5 days ago. Okay. Uh, cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nikhil, try it out and let us know. Cool. Yep.
okay.
Yeah, we got some stuff done today. Maybe we can have a session like Thursday is Eid, so that would be possible. Uh, cool, cool, cool. Okay, like goodbye, guys. Good night. Good morning if like you are somewhere around in the US and just waking up.
Bye.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bye, bye, Nikhil. Bye, Atul, if he's still here. Bye, Nilesh. Bye, Jonathan. Yep. Cool, cool.